Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and your family and friends. In this video, I'll be recapping a very Larian Christmas, as well as narrating through the Christmas carol involving Minthara. So we got some pretty cool stuff here. I'll be also linking this in the description. If you haven't done it already, I've been talking about it a bunch because I think that this is awesome whenever companies do little holiday themed things here. So this is put on by Larian Studios, Dungeons & Dragons, Wizards of the Coast. And with this, we got ourselves a full list of activities here for the 12 days of Christmas. So they involve puzzles, and coming from the first day here, so you had to put a puzzle together, the Shadow Curse lands, and you get rewards for each of these. Now, some of them are things such as like a wallpaper. So we have a Happy Holidays wallpaper here featuring some of Larian's previous characters, as well as all the Baldur's Gate 3 companions. I think this is really cute and well done. You can see the top of the tree is the Larian logo there. But we also got ourselves the Christmas wishes from Larian, and there's some little sneak peeks of stuff in here, which I wanted to talk about a little bit, but I'll also, I guess, go through the full list here. So this is on their YouTube, and you do have to complete this to be able to get access to it. It's basically just a season's greetings from the Baldur's Gate 3 Larian Studios teams from across the world, and this is really nice. I'll let you guys go watch this too. Sven comes out and talks about Larian's next game. So you can see on the present there, it says Larian's next game, and he says it's going to be huge and it needs more time in the oven before they can announce anything regarding it. But we may get an announcement on something sometime soon, because I know that games love to give this a little bit of a hint on what's to come. We even see like The Witcher 4 releasing their information at the Game Awards. But it's going to be so big. So yeah, he's drop kicked that idea for now. But I encourage you to go check this video out after going through the very Larian Christmas. But there's also some other things in here that I thought were really nice. You got some different wallpapers as well. So with the wallpapers, they got things like the Gauntlet of Shar. So you get a nice high quality version of this here. There's also the Gith Yankee Crush here. So nice view. I think these wallpapers are gorgeous. I'm going to be setting this up after I remove my holiday themed ones. There's the Crash Nautiloid. And then finally, we also got ourselves Worms Crossing. So these are beautiful. I actually really like these. It was a good surprise for one of the final days here. But I know what everyone is looking to hear about is the story involving Minthara. So if you look at the full timeline of the events for the very Larian Christmas, we got ourselves the Wishes video. And then these are the stories here, which I will narrate through for you guys. And also you got different loading art and different things here. So I guess the first one to touch on here is the Bitter Eve Indeed. So with this, I will read through it. And I guess I'll also show off my awesome characters. There was a Santa hat mod that got added today, but unfortunately it doesn't work properly. So I guess starting off here. So a Bitter Eve Indeed. So on a bleak and frosted Yuletide Eve, Minthara cleared her throat, spat the phlegm with scornful glee, as she snarled, and I quote, "This cursed season's here again. I cannot seem to flee it. Not you with all your Yuletide cheer, which comes to me to plead at." The goblin blinked at the spit as he stammered out in fear, "But Commander, please, the boys need rest. It's just once every year." "Bah, rain slug," Minthara did reply, her tone a deadly hiss. "You want a break? Then break yourself. You'll get no more than this. On the night of, one night off for season's cheer, I'll make sure you regret daring to ask for anything. This is as good as you'll get." And with a loud and thunderous snap, his bones broke like a vow. No amount of Yuletide cheer will ever save him now. Minthara sat in icy dark, a chamber's warmth and long lost. A fire's flame was nearly gone, consumed by winter's frost. The shadows stirred and the room grew still. A chill crept through the air. From then a dark figure formed, a face beyond repair. It was the ghost of Priestess Glut, who had once served at her side, now bound in chains of spectral light, with hollow sunken pride. "You've come to haunt me, have you, Gut?" Minthara scoffed with scorn. With Gut's dead eyes stared back at her, no mercy to be sworn. Gut's hollow voice did fill the room, her gaze alight with dread. "Three spirits come to show your faith, a path that lies ahead. These chains I bear are of my sins, the soul I once betrayed. Your chains will come with, and heavier still, for the debts you've had to pay." Gut faded with mournful wail. "You'll see when they appear, the weight of all your wicked ways will soon become too clear." In the silence, shadow deepened. Minthara's gaze was set. Let them come, she whispered low. I've got nothing to regret. Minthara lay in restless dark, her room now cold as stone, from when the shadow stepped a form, both lumbering and alone. With amber eyes and long sharp claws and a voice like the coo of a chicken, a spectral owl bear revealed itself right in Minthara's kitchen. Frederick, old friend, Minthara bellowed out towards the ghost. I lost you when those goblins plucked and spit you on the roast. I can't commend their actions, but the meal was adventurous, and if you really want to know, your thighs were quite delicious. The creature cooed and warbled in an inscrutable sort of way that probably meant he's sorry, not to worry, it's okay. At least that's what Minthara thought before he gripped her by the hair and pulled her up and back through time into memories laid bare. They landed in a dim-lit hall where a girl of 10 stood standing, soaked in the blood of the assassin sent to kill her in the landing. A wicked smile crossed her face, twisted and serene, and in return Minthara's grin grew, reflecting what she'd seen. A fine death, purred Minthara at what her younger self had done, her gleaming eyes with memories of battles she had won. And that one time that her mother tried to kill her in the dark, when she first felt something within her igniting like a spark. The owlbear's grumble filled the air with an octave deeming concerning, as if to say, perhaps Minthara missed points in lessons she had been learning. Look on this and change your ways, Frederick warbled, feathers ruffled. Murder poisons all within, and soon your heart will buckle. The ghost was sure his warning struck, conveyed in solemn swell, and her nodding smile assured him that she understood it well. Yet she caught him where frantic clucks, the words lost in a crack, for potion of animal speaking lay stashed in her other slacks. Minthara found herself alone in bed in North Dark County, awakened by the laughter of the one called Gale, nee Tim Downey. That rhyming couplet was so forced, its writer should be banned from ever writing Advent poems. And then he took her hand. Gale led her to a Yuletide meal, a humble goblin spread where scraps were shared and laughter dim. Through cheer was not dead, yet dead. Invisible she lingered close, as voices murmured low. A talk soon turned to Minthara to the harshness she would sow. She's too fierce, the goblin sighed. A wall none dare to breach. To work for hers, to walk on glass, with orders none dare breach. She work drives us hard, no mercy shown, her pride cuts deep and cold. Each task we bear without a break, each word would wait untold. A sickly goblin, frail and sweet, with cane grasped in one hand, spoke up with gentle warmth and care, though weak his tone was grand. It's Yuletide now, a time to mend, with open hearts anew, and maybe welcome her as harsh as she may be too. Gale leaned in close and softly spoke, your strength has its place, but walls to build to guard yourself, to keep warmth from your embrace, to let others in, the fiercest bonds to come not from pride alone, to lead you must reveal your heart, to not sit upon a throne. Gale watched her face, his hope renewed, convinced his words had struck, the seeds of trust and softer ties may yet dislodge her stuck. But Minthara's thoughts were elsewhere still, on power and control. Her mind untouched by softer words, no shifting in her soul. Gale gave a nod and waved farewell, and vanished from her sight, leaving Minthara once again in the winter's night. But soon a musk, both stale and dank, crept in from the shadows deep, a figure cloaked in time-worn cloth and skin like dried, cracked peat. Withers. His face a skull beneath the folds, eyes hollow, dark, and cold. A whisper from the edge of death with secrets ages old. Withers reached out his bony hand, and Minthara followed suit. They stepped into her future shade, a vision stark and brute. She saw herself long, cold, and dead, her armor picked for gold. As looting goblins mocked her life, she now safe from her stronghold. She was a terror, harsh and fierce. They laughed and shook their heads. She made no friends, no bonds in life, just fear and mounting dread. To look upon her solemn face, one may think her deeply stirred. A glimpse of doubt upon her brow, her heart perhaps deterred. It kept her gaze grew softened now, as though she'd come to see that strength alone, without a bond, may truly end in misery. With visions of her future clear, Minthara felt emboldened, and so she turned with lessons learned, her heart finally wide open. She called her goblins to the hall, a feast spread wide and grand, a Yuletide bounties rich and full, set out by her command. There lays platters heaps of roasted game, with pies and cider poured, huge hams glazed thick and golden loaves, and meat pies richly stored. Jugs of wine and sugared fruits, a spread both fine and rare, each dish a treat, each plate a prize, from what goblins dare. Eat well, she called, her tone sincere, filled with merry cheer. A happy Yuletide once and all, enjoy your feasting here. The goblins cheered and tucked right in, grotesque and loud they ate. With gnashing teeth and slobbering lips, they gorged on every plate. But as they dined, their cheers grew faint. Each goblin slowed and sighed. One by one they slumped and fell as Minthara watched them die. For each dish was laced with death, each bite a poisoned curse. A Yuletide feast to end their lives, to leave her halls dispersed. Minthara laughed, her goblins gone, her eyes as dead as bone. This is the Yuletide feast has shown me well. I'm better off alone. To those who dare to scavenge mine, consider yourself done. For strength found in solemn, God's curse you, every one. Pretty dark. I just wanted to read through that because I had an absolute blast and cover these last few days. I highly recommend going and checking this out. I have the link in my description to hear the actual narrator to go through this all, and Amelia Tyler did a fantastic job with this, so definitely recommend checking that out. But I just want to go through this because I thought this was amazing. I love when companies do different holiday themed things, and Larian knocked it out of the park once again. They also did the same thing last year if you want to look up a very Baldur's Gate 3 Christmas, but this is a very Larian Christmas. It was such a surprise. So yeah, go check it out. And again, wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. And we'll wish you all the best in 2025. Please hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video. And again, go check out Larian Studios' Baldur's Gate 3. This was a really well done Christmas holiday event. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.